Marxist book I was reading a couple of weeks ago. They actually say that they say explicitly that racism has gotten worse as it's gone out of the biological and out of the institutional and into the culture where it's super diffuse and you can't find it. It's all hidden. So,
like it's gotten worse because it's gotten better?
Yes. Exactly. They say it hasn't gotten better. It's exactly the same, but it's more intense and it's invisible, except to people like them who have the special goggles that can see it. So it's not whether or not we want to have conversations about the past. It's how those conversations are going to proceed. And as we have dealt with, some certain very intolerant people are going to say that every other possible way to discuss the past and the present of this country is racist. Only critical race theory is anti-racist. Everything else is racist. That's literally their model, right? And so it's not about whether we're going to discuss. Yeah, there are some assholes who don't want to talk about it, who don't want to look at it. I very rarely hear from messages like that. I always hear, we're going to talk about our history, warts and all. Like people, I think there's a lot to learn from all of that so we don't do that shit again, right? And so no, it's a question of how we're going to do it. And we have this intolerant ideology that sees only one way to do it. But what was the definition I just read to you that I give as the first thing in my new book is that critical race theory is calling everything you want to control racist until you control it. So now you want to have a conversation about race? Every version except theirs is racist because they want to control the conversation about race. And that's the problem. It's not whether or not we're going to have these conversations. It's not that there were issues and that there are definitely things that still hang over from those issues, redlining, et cetera. Like the wealth gap is significant. What happened following the civil rights with the Great Society and the decimation of the black family, that's freaking real. It has serious consequences today in terms of all the things you're talking about. That's all real, right? But it's how that conversation has to proceed. And if they're going to say every single way but our way is racist, all they're trying to do is use that label racist to control the conversation, put it on their terms. But their terms are this crackpot Marxist thing that it keeps getting worse until when? Until they're totally in power.